Hi everybody, welcome to Copperline Rattler Ranch. Today's video is going to feature our primary source of power, the off-grid solar. Now we bought this system from a company in California because we did a lot of research online and we couldn't find any companies in Arizona that would do off-grid. They wanted grid tie and they wanted to install it, or they wanted you to lease the system, things like that. So we'll start here with our 15 panels. Each panel is 315 watts. We feel like that's more than enough. Our system is fully charged usually by around 11 o'clock in the morning. And this ground mount system was purchased as part of the package. It's called the Homestead package from the company that sold it to us. And everything was included in the ground mount except for the steel for the horizontals and vertical uprights. Those had to be ordered because they're just too expensive to ship. We got them out of Tucson, they brought them out here for free. And my wife added the extra security of the gabions at the base. We do get high winds out here, and this ground mount system is rated for 100-mile-an-hour winds. And I think our peak winds out here so far have been around 50. But if microbursts might bring it up a little higher. The panels are all wired in series, and they come into this combiner box where they have circuit breakers for protection. They have a surge suppressor. And then the wiring we had to purchase separately, going from the combiner box to the powerhouse. So that's ran underground. All of our panels are wired in series, and they come together in the combiner box where they have circuit breaker protection, overload protection. And then we also have a surge suppressor, or I guess a lightning suppressor. Everything is grounded. We have an 8-foot grounding rod in a copper grounding rod in the ground. This is our 5 kilowatt backup generator. It was purchased at a military auction, and as part of the tax incentive, you can not only claim what you spent on your package, but there's associated equipment and the extra wiring that you buy and the building that you put all your system in. That's all part of that tax incentive. This generator is not automatic start, it's all manual, but they do have a system you can buy to make it more automatic, and you can also monitor from your smartphone and that sort of thing. We don't have a real internet out here, so we don't have a Wi-Fi router, and that's what you need to connect to get this to be usable for your smartphone. This will run pretty much everything we have. And it's only a 2-cylinder diesel engine, so it's very economical. Okay, let's talk a little bit about our antenna reception. The antenna that's on the top is for television. It's an omnidirectional antenna. We can pick up about 30 channels with it, and it's all free. The antenna that's just below that is our cell phone signal booster antenna. And that runs to a receiver in the house, and that basically amplifies our cell phone signal so we can get more reliable internet with it, and our phone reception's a lot better. Before we got that system, we had a problem with a little bit of buffering when we were listening to music, things like that. This is the heart of our off-grid solar. We have 16 6-volt batteries. Each battery weighs 127 pounds. They're wired in series, but the 2 strings are wired in parallel. That gives us the 48 volts for the system. We have 2 inverters. Initially we only had 8 batteries and 1 inverter, but then we started running our clothes dryer, which is a 240 volt. And then our well pump is also 240 volts. Our air conditioners for the RV are 240. Everything else is pretty much 120. So adding the second inverter took care of the overload problem. We haven't had any problems since. Each inverter is 4,400 watts, so together it's 8,800. This system already came pre-wired and tested from the factory in California. So basically all we had to do was run the wiring from the panels to the distribution center, and then the wiring from the generator, and then the wiring out to the well pump, and the wiring to the RV, and the wiring to the laundry house. So we're running all that stuff off this system, and we haven't had any issues since we added the second inverter. It also has the surge protection on the bottom there, and this was all designed as a system, kind of a turnkey deal. And that's what we were looking for, because I'm not an electrician, I never claimed to be, but I can read a wiring diagram. So just about anybody can put this together. It gets pretty hot out here in the summertime, so to keep our equipment cool, we bought a small air conditioning system that we run on hot days. And it keeps up pretty well when it's the hottest part of the day. Okay everybody, this is our 40-foot shipping container battery setup. We got two 12-volt batteries down here. I got this tool cabinet off Craigslist. It had storage on the side. Turned out to be the right size for what we needed. So we just bought a couple of pieces of angle iron and screwed them down in there to secure it. And then it's got a 2,000 watt Harbor Freight inverter. And we use this to primarily charge the batteries for the tools that we use. And you can charge your cell phone off a USB port that's on the charge controller. And there's also a USB port on the inverter itself. And in the compartments we store our electric tools like drills, batteries, things like that. And then we have some charging units on the top here. This system is powered by 4 solar panels that are mounted on the roof. They're Harbor Freight, I think 25 watts each, so we got 100 watts total. And that's what's charging the batteries. Okay, this is our system for the outdoor kitchen. It consists of 2 flooded lead acid batteries, 12 volts, and another 2,000 watt inverter. It's powering our lights. And this power strip over here, so we can watch TV or we can run a couple of small appliances and plus charge cell phones and that sort of thing. Previously in our introduction video, we chose off-grid solar because that was the best choice, being that the nearest power pole is probably about 1.5 miles away, and the power company charges by the linear foot to bring it out to your house. And then once we got that done, we'd have a monthly bill to pay. Our solar is already paid for up front, so, and it'll, as I mentioned before, it'll pay for itself in about 7 years.
Another thing about being tied into a grid and having to be dependent upon a power company, we've noticed that the power company that supplies people around this area isn't always that reliable. And we see a lot of things on Facebook that we follow that customers are complaining that the power's out again, the power's out again, the power's out again, and they're still having to pay that stinking monthly bill from one power company that has a little bit of control over this area. So going solar was the best choice for us to do out here. Anything else? Nope. So please like, share, and subscribe to our channel and enjoy. Thank you for watching.